Hello! Today I am making my D&D character's house in The Sims. I thought this would be a fun little thing to do. This is my first D&D character that actually has a house. So I'm gonna try and make it in The Sims. My character is Quill, and she is a Kender artificer. So let's jump into the Sims build. So a bit about Quill. She's a journalist hoping to make her big break in the biggest paper in the country. It's like the New York Times equivalent, I suppose. She currently writes a small weekly article in the paper that no one reads, and she's looking to get a bigger spot in the paper. So she's on the search for a big story to get a promotion. So that's sort of how she winds up in this interesting situations, you know? And that's how she meets her party, is she's investigating a town and they had this whole werewolf thing going on. And she met her other two party members there and they got to the bottom of the mystery. It was like a murder mystery werewolf thing. It was really fun and cool. She lives in a big major city called Pretoria, where she works for the Pretoria Press. And I wanted her house to look sort of like a townhouse that would be in these big cities. Like there'd be a bunch in a row and she's just kind of in one of them. I ended up making it way bigger than really makes sense for her character story. Like, I don't know how she could afford a house that big, but it's fine, surely. I had fun building it. It just sort of turned out that size and then I had to fill it with stuff, you know? I don't know if you ever do that when building in The Sims. It happens to me all the time. Maybe it was like a family home that she inherited or something. I don't know. I should make lore. I don't think her parents are like no longer with us though. Like I think she's got parents and family. I don't know if any of them would give her a house. So yeah, I genuinely don't know how she could afford this house. Maybe she pawned some stuff off of the stuff she's collected. Probably that's how she affords this. It's also kind of difficult because I only have so many packs, so I wasn't fully able to make it look as medieval as I necessarily wanted, but I did my best and I tried to make it personalized to her, especially on the interior. Well, I don't think she'd be there very often because she's out hunting for stories, you know? So I wanted it to keep it like fairly, like almost empty but not, and quite clean, but not because she's a clean person, but because she's not there very often. But also still kind of cluttered because she's a Kender, and Kender's whole things are that they collect things. And while I have it that her specialty in collecting is collecting stories, I still think she'd have like little souvenirs from the places she goes and the stories she writes about. She's also quite small because she's a Kender, so I put a little stool in the kitchen. And I think in the bathrooms as well. So she can reach the sinks, because they don't really make stuff for short people in The Sims. Because you can't even control heights in The Sims, which is kind of unfortunate in my opinion. I would love to be able to have like a height slider, but I know that would make the animations kind of complicated. But anyway, I also wanted to give her like an office for working on her stories, like writing. So that front room off the kitchen is a little place for her to write. I had a lot of fun decorating her little office room, actually. I do go back to it quite often to add little things. I added a bunch of newspaper on the ground just because I imagine it's like the actual newspaper. I think she like spreads it out and reads different articles and research, and she's got like a little bulletin board full of all her research and like ideas for stories to look into. And of course there's a little bench there so she can reach her bulletin board. And she's also an artificer, so I wanted to include a little work table. I didn't think of that until towards the end of the speed build, but I threw in a little work table there for her and some plans and stuff. I think she mostly just uses her artificer abilities as a way to gather information for her journalism. It's all a means to an end, and the end is stories, collecting stories. That's genuinely her main goal in life. She does not really care about people's feelings. She just wants a good story. And she's gonna get it, you know? Oh, and by the way, I was also jumping around a lot in the speed paint, so please pay no mind to the fact that my commentary is probably not matching up with what you're seeing on screen. This is my first ever proper Sims video, so I'm doing my best. Then we've got the upstairs, and I gave her the big bedroom because it's her house. And I tried to fill it with clutter and things. And then there was a side room, or like an extra bedroom that I put 2 beds in because she invited her other 2 party members to live with her, who are both sad, I believe, orphan children. And she's hired these children on as assistants, and not paying them. Their payment is housing, she's decided. You know, she's just a very responsible adult, surely. That's a normal thing to do, is recruit children to work for you. And then give them a house. I also didn't put much in the room for those 2, because I guess they just moved in. We haven't actually had them go to her house yet, but I imagine they don't got a lot of stuff to begin with, to be honest. I put a little chest in front of each of their beds so they can they each get a chest full of stuff, you know, but everything else is Quill's. And I think did I give them their own bathroom as well? If so, that's very generous of me to do. I just had a lot of space in this house because, again, I built it just a little bit too big. But I think if I shrunk it, it would have looked weird on the outside. And I always prioritize the exterior. I also gave her like a little side yard that I put planter boxes in because one of the party members has expressed interest in gardening. And like I said, we haven't played many sessions, so we've not delved further into that. But I thought she might like some planter boxes. So those are for her. I'm quite excited to play more of this campaign. I'm not sure when we're going to. We had to take a bit of a break because school and such. But I have a bunch of little backstory stuff that I'm tempted to share in this video. However, I think my friends will watch this video and I don't want them to know the bonus lore yet. You know? Not that there's a lot, but hopefully eventually I can make more videos and tell you guys if you're interested about her. Yeah, it's been a really fun character to play, especially in contrast to Comet. If you guys are familiar with my channel, I've talked about my D&D character Comet quite a bit, and she's so different to him in personality. So it's been fun to play. I don't think I'm quite used to it. Like I've been playing Comet for over a year now, and Quill is a lot more recent. So I'm like so used to playing Comet that I struggle with Quill a little bit, especially because she's a lot further from my actual personality than Comet is. So I've been struggling to like not care about NPCs' feelings. But also with Comet, I'm always like, guys, let's not kill people. That's my Comet version. And with Quill, she's just like, a guy died, okay, who cares? Adds to the story. So it's just so different, but it's been fun. I'm not used to it quite yet, but I guess that's what's fun about D&D. This is like the second campaign I've played, so you know, so it's fun to try something a bit different. But yeah, I hope you liked this speed build. I'm not too sure how I want to be doing these videos. If I do more Sims videos, I'm a little unsure, but I hope you liked it. And here's a little house tour. Also, how do people do these house tours in The Sims? I don't know how to work the camera on The Sims apparently, so I was struggling. So this isn't a good angle of any of the rooms, but I feel like a little house tour would be nice to include. So you're gonna get a weird one. Someone help me, teach me how to work the Sims camera. I don't know. And thank you so much for watching this, because it's a bit different from what I normally do. Let me know if you like this, and if you want me to do more things like this. I think it'd be fun to build more locations that like relate to my OCs and such. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's something you guys are interested in or not, so do let me know. Yeah. And I'll see you next time for an art video for sure. Alright, bye-bye.